This might get weird.
Are we rolling?
We're rolling.
Oh, cheers, Grace Helbig.
Cheers, Mamrie Hart.
You guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, we're in a different setup. We're recording this in my kitchen solely because we did someone else's podcast and we had to set up in here and we were too lazy to change it.
We were too lazy and we thought that this was a comfortable and chill setting for us to switch it up a little bit.
Just to look at each other in the eyes and drink smoothies. I made a smoothie.
Mamrie made us smoothies, which is truly wonderful. I said that this is probably the healthiest thing I've had in a month, and I really appreciate it. What's on top? There's like
okay, so
there's like dust on top. What is this?
I have been doing some home improvements, and I recently swept that off the ground molding.
Yeah, this looks like you just dropped a bunch of like oregano in here. What is this?
It's hemp hearts.
Now hemp hearts.
Hemp hearts. Let me actually Google and see. You know, it's one of those things you see, and you're like, that's healthy, but I don't know why.
Hearts, like HEARTS?
Yeah, hemp heart. Okay, hemp hearts.
My brain is so frazzled. I'm like, is that how you spell hearts?
I know. Well, hello. I know. It's my last name.
I see why you would struggle, yeah.
Hemp hearts are the soft inner part of hemp seeds. After the outer shell has been removed, they are cream. Yeah, but what do they do?
What do they do?
But well, yeah, let's look at health benefits. Hemp hearts sure live up to their name!
Ooh.
Exclamation point. They have amino acids. They can lower blood pressure, reduce your risk of heart disease. They're rich in phytonutrients, anti-aging oxidants, vitamin E, etc. So,
yes,
hemp hearts are very good for you. But now that you've mentioned it, it does kind of feel like I just put birdseed on top of our smoothies. But I thought it was like, it's cool because it's good for you.
Yeah.
It reduces inflammation, but it also sounds cool. It sounds like we've got like weed smoothies.
I mean, hemp hearts sound like hemp is a living creature and we're like Game of Thrones eating its heart. Does that happen on Game of Thrones? I haven't seen any. Okay. I've seen some.
Okay. I thought you'd seen some because I was like, wait, I didn't know we shared that bond of not knowing Game of Thrones references.
I don't really know. I've seen a few episodes here and there, like out of the full context of the show. I know the Red Wedding. I know.
Yeah, see, I know the Red Wedding. I know the Starbucks cup. I know.
Yeah.
There's the something king.
Yeah.
The night walker, day walker.
Yeah. The mall walkers. It's got Paul Walker.
Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
No, but should we start watching it and talk about it too much on here? 2 years too late.
No, you know what? Yeah, that'll really spike our audience. You told me to watch Seduced. The documentary on Stars about the NXIVM cult. It's so good. I'm obsessed.
It's so much better than The Vow.
I watched the entirety of The Vow. I got so bored with a bunch of theater kid energy. And so I felt like they were so masturbatory of so much footage. Also, just going on Twitter and seeing people's tweets about it was so wonderful. It's a wild situation. And I'm fascinated endlessly by it.
But this is just quicker. It's like
right to the point, and it's like, here's the real bad shit.
Here's the fucking tea. I know. It's like, I don't want
these people that The Vow was made by actually made all this money off of these people, and they just so conveniently glossed over that in their version of this story.
Thank you.
I loved it.
Thank you.
Also,
I'm glad
apparently,
you're in.
That guy Mark Vicente was in a cult before this cult.
That's what I've heard. I'm sorry, but like, cult me once, shame on you. Cult me twice, baby.
When you're following a guy that is truly the primo dork among us, someone's gotta say something. There's just so much money.
There's so much money in cult.
It's such
Should we start a cult? Problem. Is that rude to say?
I don't want to. It seems like a lot of work. They have like a lot of. I did improv. That's close enough.
That is kind of like joining a cult. All you're doing is spending money to be told.
Say yes.
Say yes. Oh my God.
I know. Trust me, there were so many parallels to lots of
mantras.
And
follow the fear.
Also, so much of their V week or whatever the heck that dumb weekend was very VidCon-esque. There's a lot of there's a lot of parallels to just community group hobby activities.
I was going to say, Chip's finally coming home next weekend. He's about to have a V week.
Okay.
What? You guys, I'm on fire. I've drank too much coffee, which is why I made this smoothie, because I was like, Grace, I haven't eaten anything.
Yeah, we did this podcast before. Mamrie just got up and wandered around, looked for beans, came back in, and just kept walking around her own house, and then was like, do you mind if I make a smoothie? Do you want a smoothie? And I was like, yeah, if it's no problem. And before I got the sentence out, you were already with a ninja out on your...
You were like, if you have extra, I'm like, boop, 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 like pulling all the fruit.
Banana.
Yeah, sorry I'm like on one today, but I realized so I've started making my own coffee again. When Chip is here, because he likes cold brew.
For a second, I don't know why I could not get immediately that meant just putting it in your coffee pot. I was like, how are you growing coffee?
I'm growing my own beans, Grace, and roasting them and grinding. God, could you imagine if you're that much of a hipster?
Yeah.
But when Chip is here, he does cold brew. So when he's home, we'll go to the coffee shop together. And it's like a nice little ritual of like...
Get out of the house for a second.
Go get a little walk. Or if he's on his way to work, then it's like, we got coffee. And it's like, bye, love you.
Cute.
But when I'm here and it's just me drinking, I'll make my own coffee. Because then I'll throw in, as you enjoyed this morning, like a maple pecan roast. Or perhaps, like the guy told me at Trader Joe's, they were out of pumpkin coffee. He was like, girl, just get French vanilla and put some pumpkin pie spice in, like, on top of the coffee before it brews. Your life is different now. But then what happens is I drink a whole pot of coffee.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm with you. I drank like 3 cups before I came over here.
Damn.
And so I'm also buzzing out of my brain right now. I'm like Miss Frazzle right now. I'm all over the place.
Is it Miss Frazzle or Miss Frizzle?
No, it's Miss Frizzle. But I'm Miss Frazzle. That's going to be my Halloween costume. I'm not far off of it as I'm dressed right now. You guys want to explore the body? Let's do it.
Okay.
Did they always go inside of a human body?
Is that what happened? I never watched The Magic School Bus.
I've watched as much of The Magic School Bus as I have Game of Thrones. And so all I know is they went inside a human body and they went into grass, but that could be Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
That is for sure Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It could also be the school bus. No, I've been referred to as Miss Frizzle. If you're like, oh, like the blah, 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 you're like a blah, blah, Miss Frizzle. And I go, oh, yeah. But I don't get it. You know, when it's just not even worth engaging and being like, I don't get the reference, but I don't think you're insulting me to my face.
As long as this is not an insult, then that's cool.
And if it is, an educator. I'm coming for you. Yeah.
So that is a compliment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm back in. But anyway, I drank a lot of coffee.
Yeah, we're both in the same boat, guys. We're also riled up. You have, at this point, when this episode goes up, 6 days
to vote.
Yeah, until the election is over. The election is currently happening now, so get your butt out and vote. We haven't every time we record an episode, as soon as we finish, I'm like, we should have told
people to vote. Oh, here, I'm going to take it further.
Please do.
Like she said, the election ends next Tuesday. There's no such thing as early voting. It's just voting. Go do it now. I mean, you don't have time to put it off.
Yep.
Do it. And the next thing I'll say, because I was inspired, we just did a podcast before this. Also, like and subscribe and leave a rating on our podcast.
Yeah,
we always forget to say that shit.
We have the only thing we've been consistent at in our entire content creation careers is forgetting to encourage an audience to participate in helping our content.
Yeah, we're like, we don't make you guys do shit. Please do that.
Please subscribe. Leave comments on Apple Podcasts. Leave fun and interesting comments because I would love to read them on the podcast in the future.
Okay, let's start reading one comment left in the during the previous week.
Yeah.
To read on air.
I would love that.
Week.
Okay, so now you guys have a mission. Go vote and leave us a fun review in the Apple Store.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
How can smoothies make me burpy? They're not even carbonated.
Your body is just firing on all cylinders right now.
Can I tell you about what I saw yesterday I thought was a very missed opportunity?
Of course.
So there is like a Medicare commercial basically being like, are you old and have pre-existing conditions? You can't be denied by these people. And also, which I never understand, because it's like, this healthcare or life insurance is like 70 cents a month. I'm like, how? Anyway, I digress. The spokesman was Danny Glover from like Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
It's literally a commercial about like, you're old. His most iconic line from that series, from that whole like massive group of movies is, I'm getting too old for this shit. He doesn't say it in that commercial.
Wow.
That's the biggest.
They didn't meet his quote.
That's the biggest missed opportunity of all time, to have him being like, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
And you are too. Get some Medicaid.
Wow. So he said everything around that, but not that.
Yes, around it. Yeah. He could. He might have even been like, my feelings are that I'm aging out for this poop.
Well, that's so in watching the Great British Baking Show,
which I'm so glad you're a part of now. I feel like that's another thing that I was watching that you weren't
I've been into it.
Weren't on board for a while, and now it's like
I'm super.
GBBO is life.
GBBO is is that's like UTD, where it's like GBBO. I'm so into it, Mamrie, that I have something called VPN on my laptop, which I pay for monthly.
That rips stuff, right?
It scrambles my IP on my laptop.
Are you admitting a crime right now?
No, I pay money for this every month.
Okay.
I downloaded this when Elliot and I went to London in February, and we wanted to watch Love is Blind. We wanted to watch that dating. We wanted to watch the end of what was it? Love is Blind. Is that it?
Oh God! Remember when that swept the nation? That was this year.
I know. And we were so obsessed that I went over, bought VPN, which sponsored like Not Too Deep, so I knew about it. And it basically scrambles your IP address so you can say that you're in the UK.
Wait, do you have GBBO seasons?
I
don't have yet.
I get it tonight, Tuesday. I can watch it for free on the Channel 4 website.
So you're watching live TV. It's not like you can just access libraries.
I don't know. Maybe I can. I can basically. It's how we were watching like Five Guys a Week and this other show that the UK has that we don't have here. But I can get it on Tuesday nights, the newest episode, instead of waiting for it to go up on Netflix a few days later.
I might how much is that a month?
I don't know.
Okay, but also find out if you can get libraries, because I'm pretty sure there's a couple seasons of GBBO that never got released here. I think there's a couple.
I've burned through
old school ones.
Everything that's available on Netflix. But
me too, dude. I am in the shitter.
Yeah. No.
I'm watching there's a couple episodes. The new season of Guys Grocery Games.
Oh,
they're filming remotely, which is they're actually doing a good job, because it's the chefs who are normally the judges are competing from home, and they send them boxes and they open it, and then they send them another box, and I'll be like, and this is the twist. But no one can taste it.
Right.
So they're choosing who wins based on how they cooked, how they thought it up, and then they take a bite themselves and describe it and sell it. But I'm like,
that's a stretch.
It's weird to watch a cooking show and not see an outside perspective taste the stuff.
Yeah, that's a bit of a cock tease.
Right?
You know, when there's all these things you want to do for yourself, you know you'll feel better, you know it'll make you a happier person, but we just don't do it. We keep putting it off. Well, if one of those things is getting straighter teeth and a better smile, stop putting it off. Thanks to Candid, straightening your teeth is simpler, easier, and more comfortable than ever. No more hours being bored at the orthodontist with their terrible, terrible magazines. Candid clear aligners are comfortable, removable, and practically invisible, unlike wire braces. So transform your smile without anyone noticing. Plus, your treatment is prescribed and monitored remotely by a licensed orthodontist who's an expert in tooth movement, and it's all done from your home. Candid only works with orthodontists, never general dentists like other companies who we shall not name. Plus, your supervising orthodontist will be with you every step of the way. Remote monitoring by the same orthodontist every time, who actually created the plan. So you never wonder how you're doing, or there's someone new checking up on you. It's always the same person. The average Candid treatment is 6 months, so you'll start seeing results way before then, and it costs thousands less than braces. So if you want to start straightening your teeth today, you can get $75 off Candid Starter Kit. Go to candidco.com/TMGW and use code TMGW. That's candidco.com/TMGW, code TMGW to take advantage of this limited time offer and to save 75 big smackers on your starter kit. candidco.com/TMGW, the code TMGW.
Getting in shape does not have to be about losing a specific amount of weight or a magic number on a scale. It's about building healthier habits and feeling better about yourself. If that is fitting into a certain gene, that's great. But there are so many reasons that you might want to practice self-care, and every person is different. And that's where Noom comes in. Noom, if you guys haven't heard, maybe you have, because it's very popular, and a lot of you have tweeted at us that you actually use Noom and that it's done wonders for you. Noom is a habit-changing solution that helps its users learn to develop a new relationship with food through personalized courses. It's based in psychology. We all know I love psychology. And Noom will teach you why you do the things you do and empowers you with the tools you need to break bad habits and replace them with better ones. It's not a diet. It's a healthy and easy to stick to way of life. No food is good or bad or off limits. Noom will teach you moderation and can be used in conjunction with any pre-existing popular diets if you want, so you can fully customize it for yourself. It has one of the biggest and most accurate food databases available that lets you track meal habits, visualize portion sizes, and see calorie density all at a glance. And we're all strapped for time, but Noom is asking for only a 10-minute commitment a day. 10 minutes. That's it. You can take 10 minutes for yourself every day. And you are a human, so if you go off track, there's no shaming. There's just tips to help you get back on track tomorrow. Plus, I love Noom's recipes. They have an insane library of all kinds of recipes, everything you could think of. You can search for whether they fit into a certain budget that you might have. You can see how green the recipes are, which is something I'm trying to do more, incorporate green into my diet. French fries, turns out, aren't green, but we're working on it. And with Noom, you can chat with your goal specialist and the Noom community to get and give help to people that are going through the same things. So if you are interested, reminder, you don't have to change it all in one day. Small steps make big progress. So sign up for your trial today at Noom, Noom.com/weird. What do you have to lose? Visit Noom.com/weird to start your trial today. Again, Noom, Noom.com/weird.
Oh, okay. Two things. One,
excuse me, are you me?
Sorry, I have hemp hearts one time, and suddenly two things. In watching the Gibbo on Tuesdays through this VPN on Channel 4, you get the commercials still. It's not commercialless. And Kevin Bacon does commercials in the UK for a cell phone service, and Owen Wilson does commercials for this other product. I think it's Owen Wilson, or it's Matthew McConaughey. I keep saying the wrong person, and Elliot keeps going, are you joking, or are you purposely getting it wrong?
They're both from Texas, right?
I was like, is the blonde one with the nose, the weird nose?
That's Owen. I can tell you right now that's Owen.
It's him. He's in another commercial. And so it's so confusing to watch this British show and have these two American actors.
Like super American.
Yeah, and Kevin Bacon's like sitting on a bench with a British person.
Is he selling bacon? What's he doing?
Selling a cell phone service.
Oh.
Yeah, it makes no sense, and it makes all the sense at the same time.
You know, I have been wondering
where Kevin Bacon has been.
No, where Owen Wilson has been. Kevin Bacon, you've put in decades of time. He occasionally pops up. I think he also has like a band with his brother. He's one of those actors.
Yeah.
So like, do your thing, Kevin. Like, live your life. But Owen Wilson, you could not go a week without a new Vince Vaughn Owen Wilson movie or Owen Wilson Ben Stiller movie. He really was king of comedy collabs.
Yeah, big time.
And now he has just been out of here. Did he have kids or something?
You're asking the wrong person. But
I now think you're an Owen Wilson biographer.
The other thing I was going to say, in terms of shows to watch, and
this is a very special TV episode.
Well, I feel like this is all everyone's doing, right? Yeah. We're all at home refreshing Netflix every day, wondering if they dropped a new season of Love is Blind.
What are you watching to avoid turning on the news?
Meet the Chimps. Okay, listen to this. It is on Disney Plus. It is a reality television show about a chimpanzee sanctuary in Louisiana called Chimp Haven, and it is wonderful. There's only 6 episodes. I've burned through all of them already.
This is how I know you smoke weed now.
It's the greatest when you have weed in your system, but it's also the greatest when you don't. It is so lovely. It's so gentle. It's so interesting. I've never really watched monkeys, and how similar they are to humans.
Primates are incredible.
Wild. Highly recommend Disney Plus. I'm the biggest fan. I wish there were more episodes. It makes me giggle and squeal the whole time. They're so sweet.
Okay. I'm going to watch it for sure.
Watch one episode.
I love a primate. I support the IKEA monkeys financially. Literally financially. I send a check every year.
Yes, you do.
But is there like a David Attenborough voiceover?
Yeah, it's Jane Lynch.
Okay.
And it's very pleasing. It's very gentle. I love Midge, the chimpanzee, who gets...
Midge is getting a shout out. Jeez, non-spawn.
Midge is in quarantine because he has to get accepted by the group, and they teach you about chimpanzee dynamics. It is so fascinating.
Okay, I'm in.
It's so goofy.
Well, shit,
Love
we've been recording for like 15 minutes, and now I'm already downloading VPN and Disney Plus.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. This is, I
My
think...
wallet does not thank you. I'm getting too old for this shit.
It's worth it.
Okay.
It's worth it.
Okay, here's an update.
Please.
About this goddamn horoscope app.
Oh, co-star.
Let me tell you, I mean, it is so bad. I didn't even send this to you and Hannah because I was like, this is worth bringing up on the pod.
Yeah. I got to check in on my do's and don'ts today.
Yeah, okay. Well, the do's and don'ts. This was 2 days back to back.
Well,
okay.
In uploading it, it says fetching NASA data.
About where the moons are?
I guess, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Fuck off. Anyway, let me read you these 2 days in a row.
Okay.
On Sunday, my don'ts were scents.
Scents, like smells? Things? Okay.
Fireplace, and hit send.
Hit send?
So I guess it was like, don't send an email.
Okay.
You probably are thinking. This is my do's.
For Sunday.
Yeah. Mathematics, duct tape, alley behind bar.
What?
That was my do's. 2 out of 3. Duct tape and alley behind bar.
So you have to...
They want me to murder somebody.
They want you to Ocean's 11 something.
Oh, see, you were being like cute about it. I was like, that's straight up murder.
Yeah.
But then yesterday, Monday, my don'ts were visions, phone booth, number 2 pencils. And my do's were learn history museum, number 2 pencils. It put the same thing on my do and the same thing on my don't.
Now it's the algorithm is getting lazy.
It's fucked.
Wow.
It said do, number 2 pencils, and I automatically picked one up. And then it said don't, and I threw it across the room. It's like, what the hell?
I mean, it seems so random, but it's also very specific to like elementary school items and like a mall parking lot or like things.
Also, like museums aren't open right now.
Right. Here's mine today.
Okay. Oh, okay.
My do. White marble. Yeah. Boardwalk. Okay. And collaboration.
Okay, we did that.
We did that.
We're doing that right now.
My don't.
Hem parts.
Receptacles. I'm throwing my trash on your floor, and that's all there is to it.
What the hell?
Parking garage. And I should not, don't, comfort food.
So this is what it's saying, Grace. It's saying that if you decide to go to the mall to pick up some comfort food, you're going to end up in a receptacle.
Yeah, I'm going to end up. I mean, I started watching the newest season of Unsolved Mysteries. It's not far off.
Oh, really?
That stuff is crazy.
It scared the shit out of me as a kid.
I forget every time that they're unsolved. I keep waiting.
For an update.
I keep waiting for the resolution at the end. I keep waiting. I'm like, I can't wait to find out how this wraps up. And then they're like, if you have any information, I'm like, fuck you.
Should you and I pitch Solved Mysteries?
Solved Mysteries.
Do you guys like mysteries that are like so solved you'll sleep fine?
Yeah.
Well, we're your hosts for Solved Mysteries.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, one last little TV thing.
Yes.
Did you see my Instagram story yesterday? I went to Michael's Craft Supply store. And you know how they have those styrofoam heads?
Like wig heads?
They're like wig heads, but they're styrofoam. And I think it's maybe to like make hats on. I don't know what the use is, but I've always seen them as women. And I saw a guy one yesterday and I was like, who the fuck does that look like? So, and then I realized, did you watch Drag Race Holland?
No.
Well, it looked like one of the drag queens when he's out of drag in that. And I was just like, oh, wow, that looks exactly like him. So I Instagrammed it and I tagged him. And then I was like, oh, I hope he doesn't see this. And he responded with cry laughing faces.
Oh, that's incredible.
So I feel good. I feel good.
You're really, I mean, you hit send.
I hit
Thank
send.
God it wasn't Sunday.
Oof. Yeah, true. I'm still very much into Scrabble Go, by the way.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
It's great, but at some point I'm going to have to, because I play my mom, my dad, and occasionally Chip's mom.
Yeah.
That's the only people I play. But I think I need to have a talk with my parents individually because they stay up too late.
Yeah, no, I do the same. I play my mom and I
stay up too late.
I play Elliot, and then I'll see my mom actually nudged me on Scrabble yesterday.
Nerve!
And I
the
know
nerve!
and I was like, Mom, I was busy this weekend and you know that.
Friggin' nudged me?
I think she did it by accident because I nudged her a few days before by accident. I thought the game was ready.
Hold on, you guys are having a passive-aggressive nudge
This
fight?
is our entire life.
It's just a push fight?
This is our entire relationship, my whole life.
That is crazy. I mean,
but yeah, my mom stays up too late. She'll play. Yes. I'll be like, okay, this is clearly the last turn. It's 11:30 her time. And then it'll be like, Teresa, but she's under my stepdad's name on the app. So it comes up as Bill M played their turn. And I'm like, go to bed.
Well, my mom's up pretty late and I get it. She has insomnia. She takes sleep medications that fall asleep or she'll be awake forever. But my dad is staying up late too. And I'm like, here's the problem with them. Same. I think it's the last one, and I'll be like, hit send. That's done for the night. And then I'll get a little ding. I don't know the etiquette now. It's like when you first start dating someone of am I supposed to say good night?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to develop as an adult fucking woman in her mid to late 30s being like, good night, Dad, to have him stop sending Scrabble work. But I don't want to leave the poor man hanging, and he's staying up being like, she's taken a while to send. I don't want to leave him hanging.
I know. It's added,
a weird dance.
It's added a brand new layer of guilt and awkwardness between. It's bringing us together and also tearing us apart at the same time.
Agreed.
And because my mom will text me sometimes. Yeah. And so if I'm texting her back, obviously I'm on my phone. So it's okay, now I feel like if she played her turn, I have to do this. And there have been nights where she'll be like, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I'm going to bed. Meaning I'm done playing Scrabble. So I'm like, okay, I won't play so you don't get a notification.
But you don't have to tell me you're stopped playing.
I know.
We need to just we gotta find.
We might be overthinking this. They probably don't give a shit.
Us. No, I'm can picture my dad waiting for the next thing. But my mom did add a little guilt because she watches Hazel on the weekends, which by the way, my mom told me that she turned on the news recently. Yeah. And Hazel saw Donald Trump speaking and goes, is that our president? And my mom goes, yes, it is. And she goes, Lord help us all. But anyway, my mom did say when I was home, she was like, yeah, I mean, those Saturdays are long. That's why I'm always loving Scrabble. So now I'm like,
oh, so she did a little passive add-in.
A little hey, I'd really appreciate it if you fucking played Scrabble every other weekend when I'm sitting with this old lady with one eye.
I need something to do. So I'm running out of balloons.
Right? Totally. I can't throw so many balloons at an old woman before they call security. But yeah, it's this weird thing where I'm like, you guys are staying up too late. I'm just going to put my phone down and you're just going to have to learn to go to bed. It's like when they let babies cry themselves to sleep. Yeah. And you're like, and the parent's like, oh, it breaks my heart, but it'll never learn how to just go to sleep without me. I feel a little bit like that in Scrabble where I'm like, I got to not feel guilty and I got to put the phone away. I don't care if you're still on, if that green dot is beside your name.
I know. It's crazy that it tells you that you're online, the green dot. I'm like, oh no. Oh, I keep shutting down my app so maybe she sees that my green dot isn't on. And then, she has no idea what anything is like in that app. Or she does. Maybe again, underestimating.
Who knows?
If you're like me, you're very well intentioned. And one of those intentions is to start taking vitamins, but you never do it yet. Start for a week and then you got to open up all those bottles and it's just so tedious. Well, no more once you start using the company Care Of. Care Of is a wellness brand that makes it easy to maintain your health goals with a customized vitamin plan that helps you feel your best today and support you long term. And the coolest thing, it comes in little individual packets. So if you don't have time to take down your vitamins when you're walking out the door, throw it in your purse purse. Take it on the go. They take all the work out of it. They're formulated with good-for-you, clean ingredients that are backed by science. All you got to do is take Care of's in-depth 5-minute online quiz that asks you questions about your diet, lifestyle, and health concerns to help address your specific wellness goals. Then you get a personally tailored approach to unique health needs. It's so awesome. You can adjust your pack anytime if you're not feeling it. It's totally up to you. And as the seasons change, it's important to get ahead of taking care of your immune health, okay? This year, more than ever. It takes about 30 days for your body to adapt to new nutrients, so now's the time to update your vitamin and wellness routines and help support that immune system. I just redid my Care of packets to add in some collagen because they have vegan collagen. It's so amazing. Everyone tells me how good collagen is for your skin and your elasticity and your hair, but I normally don't use it because it's an animal product. Well, guess what? Care of took care of that for me. Oh my gosh, I did not even mean to do that. And if you want to give it a shot, you can get 50% off your first Care of order if you go to careof.com and enter the code TMGW50. That's TMGW50. 50% off your first Care of order. That is amazing. At takecareof.com and enter the code TMGW50. You guys, let's get healthy.
I was looking up some stuff.
Okay.
We talked about Quibi shutting down?
I don't know if we did.
Anyway.
Well, yeah, but it's great. Because, did you ever pitch anything to them?
Maybe. I don't know. I really don't remember.
I pitched one thing to them.
And it was a $2 billion investment.
$2 billion investment.
I had no idea.
It's the biggest flop in Hollywood to ever happen. But what I love, and this has been an argument, this is not a new argument, is that like they gave, like, I basically was told in so many words, Quibi is only buying stuff from celebrities. Like, you're not a known enough entity to sell a Quibi show. And in my head, I was like, oh, they don't want someone who's been making like short form, as you call them, Quibbies. Like for... Is
that supposed to like stand for something or mean something?
They tried to get it to be like, its own unit of time.
Oh, it sounds like just a character in like a Minions movie.
Totally like, the enemy, the Quibbies are coming. Quibi kidnapped Shrek. Quibbies are coming. But I'm just, by the way, spitting up hemp hearts left and right.
They
have a fly out of my mouth.
They have a texture.
Yeah, they're getting stuck and then they're reappearing. I feel like I swallowed gnats. But anyway, basically, they were just like, you're not famous enough. And I was like, okay, well, go fuck yourself. And then their problem is that, I think, is what they did is they were like, we're going to elevate short form content. So they gave shows to super famous people who had other shit that was more important to them. You know what I mean? Like,
do you want to hear about one of the shows that was on there?
Was it The Golden Arm?
Oh. It's called Barkitecture.
Yes. You know how I know this? Oh, so explain it to the people and then I'll...
It's a show about building doggy dream homes. And the carpenter, it's a host that's an interior designer and a carpenter who is Tyler C. from the Hannah Brown season of The Bachelorette.
Yep. He was the carpenter on Barkitecture?
The carpenter on Barkitecture.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's who they were choosing over you, Mamrie. I'm so sorry.
Fuck them. You know how I know they had a show called Barkitecture about pimped out dog houses? It's because when I went to... Oh, this is so LA. I found out about Barkitecture when I actually went to Scarborough Lily Singh's dog's birthday party. And I went to her house and there was a fucking dog house that looked like a skyline. And I was like, wow, I thought it was a piece of art. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm into like pop art. And then she's like, no, this is a dog house. I did this show called Barkitecture.
Wow.
And I was like, I mean, but Quibi didn't want an educational show about the history of cocktails.
I mean, and there we have it. Sorry, unless you had one of the former Bachelor or Bachelorette contestants shaking the cocktail.
Well, Tyler C. dated a Hadid.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
It elevated his profile a lot. I do have to ask you something. I will admit my eyes have wandered to your laptop screen.
Yeah.
What's going on with the skunk? I haven't read this. I see a picture of a skunk. I just, before we record, I Google,
weird and funny news
Me
stories.
too. Literally autofill.
Yeah, and there's this website called upi.com /odd_news that I go to
Been there
all the time, and it's always about like this animal crashed into this building, or like here's two raccoons that entered the Wells Fargo, which is
and it's always also like cow farts make up this much methane.
I forgot there was a story that I never mentioned, like from weeks ago, that some woman in Tennessee broke the Guinness Book of World Records for hugging a tree for like 2 days straight. Which I thought, if people need quarantine activities, that was inspiring.
That's not that hard to break. Was she allowed to sit down, or had to be a standing hug? What are the parameters?
It was just a woman hugging a tree in her backyard. I probably have it up in my notes from weeks ago. This is just a screen grab of a Walmart store in Oklahoma that was evacuated when a skunk wandered inside. I just thought, things are happening in the world. We live in this bubble of Los Angeles, and like animals and critters are walking into, 2 raccoons ejected from inside a California bank.
They're like, guys, we need to get in harmony. Okay. Yeah. We need bank accounts. We need shit from Walmart. I saw that and it made me laugh because, I think Chip sent me something about a skunk. It was like a baby skunk, or it was really cute. And he had previously said, like, this is our text thread from how we went to sleep the other night. He had previously said that, like, a good name for a Jolo, like beans, because they look so crazy, would be to name one of them Spooky.
Spooky. That's great.
And literally, the last thing I texted Chip last night, like when you wake up and he isn't here. So I see, like, how did we end it? The last thing I said was, I want a pet skunk named Spooky. That's all I said. That's how I say goodnight. I'm going to just text that to my dad.
That's so funny. Over the weekend, Elliot and I moved.
I know. I'm really excited. I didn't know if you want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's no big deal. We moved to a place that's like 10 minutes from where we are now. It's a really cool spot, and we just wanted a change, and it worked out really well. And so it happened very, very fast for us, which is why we haven't talked about it, because we've just been busy doing it. But over the weekend, I put on my story that all of the props that we had used in our show from last summer when we did This Make It Weird tour.
Oh, yeah.
And I did a bit about like serial characters and how they look like drug addicts.
Mm-hmm, and got them printed out.
We got them printed out, and I found them all in the back of my closet.
Love
and
it.
I moved them to the new house, but I didn't see that the movers had moved them there. And I put on my story, like, thank God all the fine art got sent. And Chip DM'd me. And he goes, haha, I forgot about that thing. And I say, yeah, I had to bring it over. And he just goes, Golden Grams? ? It
was a little...
I was like, honeycombs. I just wanted to check on what cereal it was.
Of you guys who weren't at that tour, how dare you? But also, Grace did a great bit about how when I was high in a grocery store in high school, all of the cereal characters in the cereal aisle looked like drug addicts to me, and I got really paranoid. Yeah, but especially when they tried to make the honeycomb guy happen. Yeah. It was too much. Wild. It was chaotic energy. I was not there for it. It was crazy. Oh, Sorry, all I'm doing is watching TV. Yeah. I was watching Dave Letterman's show on Netflix, My Next Guest or something like that. Yeah. It's really great. Have you watched it? Yeah. No, but I saw Lizzo was on recently. She's in one, but he has his first guest was Obama. Yes, I did see that episode, yeah. But he's amazing, but I watched it's a new one with Robert Downey Jr. last night, and he was talking, and I don't know if he messed up, but you know how I told you that I say height accidentally? So does he. He said, and at the height. And I was like, Robert Downey Jr. also has my speech impediment. So if Iron Man can add an extra sound to height instead of height, I would say at the height of my career instead of height. I don't know why I do it. I know it's wrong. I don't know why you do it either. I've never heard it before. I guess I've heard it if a British person talks. Maybe I would think that is more. Just because their teeth are messed up and they're trying to get that word out. I'm just kidding. I love you, England. But that's good to know. You're in good company. Yeah. I was like, you know what? If he's going to make hype happen, he's, the Marvel character to do it. If he can be the hype man for hype, we're in. Okay. I have a fun thing. Okay. The smoothie's kicking in and the hemp hearts. And I'm like, okay, you're coming back down to earth. This is great. I truly felt like I was out of my body during the last podcast. Mm-hmm. You know, when you're like, there are words coming out of my mouth. Well, we were having a serious conversation about the trajectory of YouTube and where we're at in our lives and personal relationships. So we were
spastic.
We
to
were
say the
spastic
least.
as hell. Anyway, so you know how I told you I got those graphic novels?
Yes.
Not graphic novels. Well, they're graphic and they're novels.
Right. I was like, also, why do you have such a immediate disgust that you might have accidentally said graphic novels when you really got
graphic, comma. Well, I got erotic novels.
Right. This is clearly much more less taboo than those graphic novels.
I mean, I was like so offended that I got like a high-end comic book.
Yeah.
No, I got sexy erotic novels from the farm stand for 30 cents a pop, right? And I talked about one last week. And this one is Blaze. I think it's a series called Blaze, and it's called Stroke of Midnight. And it's all like a fashion writer, a fabric designer, and an accountant all have a crazy night at the Monticello ball.
Wow.
Anyway, it's great. But I was looking through it, and Grace, the most brilliant shit I've ever seen. I don't know if they still do this. This was the 80s.
Okay.
So obviously it is, marketed towards women.
Yes.
Women who like to have a little fun.
Yeah. Who are going to go on a vacation, but that doesn't mean that they can't get off on a vacation.
Exactly. Well, they have a mailer in the middle, like you would
a mailer?
Like you would in a magazine, like something you send back. Guess what it is?
What? I've never seen... I guess I've seen them in magazines.
They have one of these, at least in this brand, every time. It's a scratch-off ticket.
What?
They put a scratch-off in the fucking book.
I almost threw up.
Right?
I don't know if it's the hemp hearts or the 7 gallons of coffee that I've had, but
this is a Venn diagram of a good fucking time.
Yeah.
It's a scratch off, and it says scratch it off with a coin, and down here it says like what you could win. You could win 2 free books with a mystery gift, or God. 2 free books, or try again, right? And then
it's only books, okay.
Well, yeah, it's for that. It's them to get you hooked,
right?
Get free books and a free gift. The other one I have is to be eligible for a vacation. But anyway, I was looking through it, and I was going through all the freaking fine print, and there isn't an expiration.
That's what my first question was.
There is not an expiration date. So I looked it up, and I looked up this publisher, Harlequin Books, and I looked it up, and it's still the same address. And I sent them a DM on Instagram, and I was like, hi, I have a weird question. And they responded. And then I said the whole thing of like, there's a scratch off in this book. Is it eligible, whatever? And they haven't responded. But I'm like, let's see if we win anything. I'm going to mail it anyway. Because like, legally, and I'll get a lawyer on this. Legally, it does not say there is any expiration and we should be able to get something.
I am so excited. I truly do not know what to do with myself right now.
Well, first, okay.
You have to scratch it off. I'm so excited.
Let me...
Wait, so the options are, if you win big, you
could win 2 free books plus a mystery gift.
Okay.
2 free books.
Is it a guarantee win every time?
No, it says, and there's a try again. It either has to be, all 7s, all cherries, or if it's a mix, then you don't get it.
My God, I've never seen anything like this.
Okay, actually,
the 80s were so much more fun.
So much more fun for housewives. Okay, UPS is here. Hi.
Hello.
Let's just. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. I want to get this out. Okay.
Oh yeah, be careful. This is precious cargo.
I know. It's only literally this came out in 85.
This is only 35 years old.
Yeah.
This is my age. I literally was like, how old would it be if it was born in 1985? That's impossible to do the math.
Literally, a woman...
Says the girl who just turned 35 in September.
A woman could have been reading this, gotten horny, had sex with her husband, and that could lead to a pregnancy that's as old as you.
Oh my God.
I couldn't find a coin, but I found one of those things you hang photos with.
Great. Okay, you have to do it. This is your book. You bought it.
But you love scratch offs. So I wanted to give you the honors.
Oh, really?
I'm giving you the honors.
Okay, just scratch off the gold box with a coin, then check below to see the gifts you get.
Okay.
Okay, I'm scratching. Oh boy, this is...
I mean, it's 35 years old. Is it going to come off?
I don't know. Should I find a coin?
Should we find a coin? Okay.
I have a coin. I have coins. I have coins right
no.
here.
It's like, that was like rubbing it off.
Here. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Did we fuck it up?
Oh, God.
Here you go.
Okay, well, I'm going to try it.
You try it with the coin.
Oh, no.
Right. I don't know.
It's really hard to get off.
You
know what I'm going to do? I'm going to hold it up to the light.
Yeah. Let's
Marianne.
Well, it's also got the scanner, right? It's got like a scan on it. So
I think.
Whoa. Oh, you can see
That's
through
3
it.
7s.
Oh,
That's
the bottom
3
is,
7s.
That is 3 7s. How the heck do you scratch that off to see that?
That's 2 free books, man. And a mystery gift.
Oh my God.
I'm sending it in.
You have to.
I'm going to attach a little note that says, this is old as fuck, so we couldn't get it. But when you hold it up to the light, like you would a $100 bill to see if that's real.
Yeah. Oh.
That bottom row is 3 7s.
That is 3 7s. Also, they have the codes on it so they can plug it into whatever Apple computer they have from 1985.
Right? So let's see if we get free gift or
I'm
free books.
So excited.
Isn't that just the best?
Why don't books do this
Have
now?
scratch-offs.
Why? Isn't there more gambling in books?
People wonder why, the book industry is tanking.
Yeah. You got to make it incentivized.
You got to do this because you can't put a scratch-off in a Kindle.
I think we have a scratching problem. The amount that we talk about scratch and sniff stickers and scratch.
We love, now I want a pet skunk named Scratch.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
That's a great name for a skunk. Oh, so anyway, I thought you'd be excited about that.
I love it.
Let's hope that, I don't have to get legal involved.
Wow, I know. Wow, I just now want more books to have that sort of interactive element.
I have another book of scratch offs I'm going to have you do when we can turn this off.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
I think this got weird.
I really think it did. Guys, remember to vote.